Well, sold my main two things from Monday's auction, my Indiana Jones books and my Bolex camera. I listed the Bolex, and it, hold on a second, the music still sounds too loud. I don't know why it's even on, because I was checking this record. That's why, doing tasking. Anyway, put this on, the camera on for $500 from the start. Sold almost instantly to a guy with mega feedbacks. So what he did, he bought it, and then he decides to glow over all the pictures and whatever, and then once he's not satisfied, then he asked me to cancel. He said the bottom reel was not turning. Because I put a movie on, a short film, which on my computer now won't play it. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my Windows 7 is finally kaput, but anyway, so I didn't notice in the picture the bottom reel, all the gates were working in the camera and the speeds were working, but the bottom reel was not turning, and so he wanted to cancel. He said, oh, that's no good or whatever, but it's got to be just a belt or something. It's probably froze up, but because there's not a second motor to run that wheel, it'd be run off gears or whatever. So anyway, so I canceled it, listed it again. By the time I got relisted, or the thing was over, within half an hour or so, I had two more offers, one for $300, one for $350. So I got a hold of the guy for $350. He had the most feedback, not a lot, but told him the deal. I said, I noticed the wheel's not spinning. Oh God, that's terrible. That's going to be major things. And I said, I don't think it's that major, but I said the camera cosmetically is nice compared to most of them listed. Once it's cleaned up, it's not falling apart. The leather's not bad. The strap on top's solid. You know, everything great about that camera. If it was in maintained working condition, the camera would be thousands of dollars. So I told him that. He said, well, I can only go $300 then. So I took his $300 and the shipping, and it's in this box, and it's going to Illinois. So then, whoops, I'll have to blur that if you saw the address, but so then a guy contacted me last night with an offer of $100 on my Indiana Jones books. I put $150 on them originally. I counter-offered him $125 because he had no feedback, but he'd been a member for 4 years, 2021 or something like that. So anyway, so I thought about it all night, didn't want any problems because they were going clear to California. So I contacted him today, or them, I think it might have been a woman, and I told them that I was concerned about their zero feedback and worrying about possibly old accounts can get scammed. So I was just checking with them and made sure they knew it was no returns. And they got back to me and said, oh yeah, they just didn't even know these books existed, so they're going to California. They counter-offered me $110 before I contacted them, so I took their $110. So paid $120 for the camera, plus all the extra. So I'm saying I'm in the hole for $140 on the camera because of that. The books, I paid $37.50, so we're going to at least have 40 in them, probably a little over that. So I'm figuring I got, what, we'll just round it up to $200, and I've gotten $110 and $300, so I doubled my money. Probably with the extra, I paid the fees, and I got shipping on both, so that's kind of content. You know, I never charged a lot more, even though eBay's going to cut your shipping. You should just figure that into your whole deal, that they're going to take it off the entire amount. So I usually don't try to add more than $1 to most of my shipping, unless it's something like this. I only added $2 for the extra packing. So anyway, because packing and stuff, some of that should be your profit. That's your work you're doing. You can't charge people for everything. So anyway, and besides, this item's only worth what they're going to pay you for it. So anyway, so hopefully these will work out good. Everything's worked so far, so far so good. So I'm hoping maybe I'll update you. If I have any problems, you'll surely hear about it. But so I'm going to mail them out today, get my heck out of the house, come home and do some cleaning and work. Rain, go away! Well, it wasn't a mistake. The records are now going to be $3.99. I told the new girl, she rang me up. I told her, she rang me up and she asked if I wanted to round up to 50 cents, and I said no, I'm boycotting it until I get over being angry about the price increase. The CDs are $1.99. I already know, who cares? I suppose it's not going to get any better, so. was going to say something about the current situation, but that's okay. Yeah, picked up a couple things in town. Got this bowler type hat. I'm not sure if it's a bowler when it's not round. It's Reed Hill hat. I think they sell for about 30 or 40 bucks. It was $5. Got a old Harley Davidson shirt, no tag. Looks pretty large, probably XL, maybe XXL. I don't know. Cycle Center, Harley Davidson, State College, Pennsylvania. I don't think I'll list it. I'll probably just take it to the flea market for $5. I don't know. I'll check it out. Yeah, my setup today is not great. Got a few things at Goodwill. I got this Bo Jackson book. I'm not sure why. I think it sells for $15 on a good day. I should have left it. That's one of the things I wasn't supposed to get anymore. There's a dot on it. They're $2 now. I mean, I know it's not bad. The one in Oil City's like $2.99 or $3.99 for hardcover adult books. I got Bimbo Movie Bash, the Independence Day of Bimbo movies. I don't think it's really worth that much for resale. And I got a Batman 2-pack, Tupac. I got the Super Villains collection, and I would assume that one's the movie. I don't know. It looks like it's good for resale. And then my last thing was this Oregon Trail handheld game. Does not have any batteries in it. Dusty. Hopefully it works. I think they said they were taking electronics back. I would consider this electronics. I think it's at least 20 bucks, maybe a little more if it works okay. So yeah. What's up? I'm going to try to make some sense of this mess. Hope maybe Larry'd come visit me. Turn on that heater, warm it up a little bit. This is my poor shed. Oh, I'm out of breath. Had to run clear home to unplug it to do the whole shebang with the lights. I don't know if it was worth it. Anyway, I was going to try to, if I don't die, try to get this table at least cleaned off tonight. I'm finding a place to put these flatted out boxes. And there's a box my friend Jim gave me, that other table, so I have that box. I don't know if I got rid of the other one or what. I don't see it anywhere. It's really thick cardboard, and I don't know if it smelled like cigarettes because he smokes, so some of the stuff might be around when you smoke, and I don't want to use it to mail things in. Anyway, I don't know what this looks like. I'm just trying to have some footage, and hopefully we'll keep cutting back on what I'm buying. All them videotapes. I'm going to try to go through all these albums. Most of them, 90% of them, I think were at the Erie, at least for $1 or $2 each. So I'm going to go through them. Unless I do some dollar stuff at the beginning few weeks of the flea market, I'm not going to do anything for less than $2 or 3 for $5. I'll clean out what's left of this and try to keep the better stuff. But I'm going to take some lots up to the auction once I find out what I'm going to give them for what they take for commission. And then I'm going to see what those come to, because they're not that great. They're, you know, I don't have any really cool stuff in there, but if they sell even for a fairly decent amount, I'm going to take up some of my $5 stuff that has been lingering around, and then maybe even add some of the other stuff that I've had for a while for $10. All depends a lot on their commission price, and I do want to test at least first, kind of hopefully. I'm afraid that online might not get as good of bids because the stuff they've been selling hasn't been up to par. So those people that bought that stuff may not pay as much next time. And when my stuff will hopefully be a lot cleaner quality, I may lose the money on it. Oh, excuse me. So anyway, I'm going to mess around in here and try to do something. And look at all this junk in here. Hey, there's a model I never got put listed. I'll probably sell it at the flea market this year. I hope. I'm starting to have to get rid of some of my own personal stuff too. I do not want to go to dying and have all this junk left over. I'd like to take care of it myself. And that way I can have some kind of control over what I have to sell. And right now, with no space, it really sucks. So I'm hoping I can get some control, even if I get a small size space. I was originally just going to stack some of these totes up higher. That way I'd get at least a few feet of extra space to work in. But I really need some space so I can start sorting the albums, and then I want to get them ready to take to the auction. So, alright, maybe I'll keep you posted. There's that chair I bought, and I propped up on a box improperly.